So hello friends, today I'm going to show you how to work on this lens. We are talking about a Sigma 8200 that you can see here. And then the nice thing about this lens is that it is a very common lens, and then you can find it for really cheap on Goodwill, flea market, whatever on the internet. This one I think I paid something like $5 or euros. And then the issue with these lenses is that since they are a bit old, the optics are not really in good shape. Mechanics is okay, everything is moving as it should, but then the optics, almost all the groups are really dirty. So I'm showing you here a zoom of the front, and then you can see those spots in the front. And then if we take a look at the back, we can see that there is a lot of haze, and that's about the middle group that is full of haze. So what we're going to do is to disassemble the lens. As you can see, I have already started, but then I'm going to explain you what to do to remove all the optical groups so we can proceed to a cleaning. So before starting with the disassembly of the lens, you will have it in this condition. So you will have this rubber here that it takes a amount of energy to remove. I have posted a video on how to remove these rubbers, especially the big ones. You can have a link here, but you don't feel like looking at it, you can take a look at something very simple. So you take something really flat, and then you pass it down, you go all the way, and then as you start rotating just to raise, you try to push the rubber up just to overcome this small bump. And then once you have passed the bump, you just need to start pushing simply until you're able to remove it. It takes some time. This is what I did already for this lens, but then you can remove it without damage. And then once you have done that, you will discover the lens to plastic, well, it's not plastic, there are metal covers here. They are like this, and then again with something really flat, just take them out. And then so far we haven't disassembled anything on the lens, but then we are a bit ready. So what I have done so far, so I have this position here that I have marked. So I put a triangle here, and then I came to the lowest focusing position, and then to the infinity for the focusing, and then I mark the position of this screw here that we're going to remove. And then I did the same thing for the other side, and then I put a triangle on the other direction, and then you will discover why in a few seconds. So I did the markings. This is very important. Do the markings. You can do it on one side. The second side is a bit optional, I would say. And then I use tape, since it protects the markings from erasing away. So then here you have the cover, and then here you see I made another marking. So what we're going to do is just going to remove the shade. So here you have like a ring that you can remove with the spanner. I have to be honest, the first time it took me a big effort because it was really well tight, and then I suspect it was also glued. So then what I did was I was coming every few minutes, I was putting a drop of acetone all the way, and then I repeated that a few times, and then with my spanner I came after, and then I was able to get it loose. So I kept it loose because it is simpler to show to you. And then here you go, you are able to remove the ring, and then with that you are able to remove the shade as well. And then with that part removed, you discover that there is a screw here, but then to be honest, I don't know what it really does, because I remove it, nothing happened, pretty much. So if you have an explanation on that, please let me know. I suspect it's to hold this element in position, but then I don't know. So what we're going to do now is to start the actual disassembly, and then this is where the markings become important, because we are going to remove this guy, and then this guy is mounted on a helicoid, and then, as you know, by working on helicoids, for example, in this video, you always need to mark the right position, otherwise you will lose the focusing position at infinity, and then the thing that is going to happen is that you're going to spend like a lot of time trying to figure that out. So just let me get a screwdriver, a flat one, and then I keep my position, and then here remove this guy. Okay, and then with those two screws gone, just keep this in position, I can actually unscrew this, and then here I need to pay attention to the position where it separates. So I'm going here slowly, and then here you see I have already marked it to the infinity, and then I made a second mark here, and then here you go. We have separated the first helicoid, so this is a nice thing, and then here you have this guy here, and then if I set the focusing right, and then here you go. This is one of the elements that needs cleaning, and then you can actually come with the spanner, and then, well, I already got it loose, otherwise you will need the spanner just to get it loose. To remove it, to reach the other element, and then here, as you can see, this is the element with a lot of haze. You can see that there is some traces on it, and then this was me just taking a look if it was something critical, or if it was something like oil. So okay, so I have this element, and then I got it too late somewhere easy. So I have two elements that have been removed, and then here, just let me get that in position. Okay, here you go. And then this element might seem a bit tricky to remove because it is deeply recessed, and then the spanner, yeah, there is not much space for the spanner, and then I actually struggle a lot with it, but then I discover a tip that I'm going to tell you just right now. So what we need to do is to come from the back of the lens. So we're going to remove the bayonet. We actually need it because we have to remove one element from the back as well, which is this guy here, which is just slightly dirty, not very much. Okay, here you go. Pay attention to the position of the dot with respect to these rabbit ears. Oh, I don't know how to spell that in English. Okay, So we have removed the bayonet, and then we want to remove this element here, and then this element here is held by these 3 screws that you can see on the bottom. So we will need a rather tiny screwdriver, so I will use a J000 just to reach those guys. And then here we'll need to pay attention to the position orientation of this guy here, because there is no cue for putting them. So, and then you actually realize the cue when installing the thing, installing the bayonet, and you realize your positions are not okay. So so I got the screws. And then here, okay, I will need to remove the aperture ring. So I just did that. And then I will get the rear part here, which has also the diaphragm. So in case you need to fix an oily diaphragm, this is the way to go. So you remove this element, and then you can proceed to the cleaning, and then you can check on the channel. I have a few videos showing how to proceed with an oily diaphragm. Here I show you one with the link. Okay, so, and then I was telling you this lens is very difficult to access from this side, but then here on this side is just there. And then what you can do is just to, with the spanner, you can screw the spanner in the right position, and then here you go. You have use the guy, because in the beginning it is really tight. I struggle a lot when working from the side, and then once you have the guy loose, you can simply come with this guy and then here you go. I have the central element, yes, that it is very dirty. I told you those traces I made it myself because I was trying to figure out what kind of dirt it was, and then it happens to be just oil. So, and then to access this guy, okay. And then here you go. This is the element which is dirty. Just try to put like a dark background. And then here you go. Yeah, that's my phone, and then as you can see, it's extremely dirty. And then this is the element which is dirty. You can see. And then it's just like traces of oil that we're just going to clean in a few seconds. So this is how you assemble this guy, and there is still two elements here that also need some cleaning, and then you get them just by removing this ring. And here you go, and then that's the only element that is left. So let me keep them here for a while. And then this is it. This is how you disassemble the whole lens. Now what I'm going to do is to go and pick my cleaning stuff, and then we're going to clean the glass. So see you in a few seconds. So here I am ready for the cleaning, and then I have chosen to show you how to clean the most critical element, which is the one with the haze that I have here. I put this black glass, it's just welding glass, and then that allow me to show you how dirty the element is, because here on the white background you don't see anything, and then I am able to see myself if the cleaning is okay or not. So let's proceed with the cleaning. This is going to be extremely simple. So I pick my cleaning stuff, which is nothing really fancy. I have lens cleaning fluid, so I have this one that I'm showing you here, and then you can find also in the video description. And then I have also some isopropyl alcohol, but then I'm just going to go along with this guy, and then maybe with this other one, because I just need to put from a distance where he's here. I have, it's really more close, a little brush, so that means when I'm putting in, I'm going to contaminate my cleaning fluid, and then this is something I don't want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this size cleaning fluid that you can find also on the video description, and then I'm going to use a very old microfiber cloth, because what we're going to do is to remove the first elements, which are really dirty, and then it's essentially oil, and then it is usually not recommended to do what I just did. So but then okay, so this is it, and then I'm actually getting a very good clean here. You can see that there is some separation here on the lens, or at least some degradation on the glue on the both sides, but then you can tell it here. It is a bit sticky, so I can save this one probably to show you how to fix the separation on glued elements of the lens. So we'll be doing that on a future video. But then here you go. Cleaning is not bad, and then I'm using a really old microfiber cloth. And then just to finish, now I have done this part of the job, I'm going to use the lens cleaning fluid that I showed to you, and then I'm going to proceed the usual way I do cleaning. So I do a first cleaning with a microfiber cloth, which is not new but not really old either. And then here you go. Lens is clean, and then I proceed to a final cleaning, and that I do with a microfiber cloth which has been used just a few times, and then what you can call maybe new. Here you go, my lens here can't tell from the black glass. And then we just need to tackle the back here, but there is essentially just dust. But we're going to clean it also for a good measure. Okay, but then this is the cleaning, this is how it goes. It is extremely simple. You just need to avoid particles of dust, but then here we're pretty much done. So what I'm going to do is to clean the rest of the elements of the camera, because the principle is exactly the same, and then we meet again for reassembling the lens. So see you in a few seconds. Okay, so hello friends, I am back. I'm ready for the reassembly, and then I have this element here which I already pre-assembled because I don't want to have dust coming in. And then we are going to put it into the body of the lens, and then this part is a bit tricky, but then you have this barrel here which is nearly the same diameter as here. So what I'm going to do is to put it in position, and then I'm going just simply to drop the block, and then you saw it just fell in position. And then what I'm going to do is just to using the tweezers just to get it in position. So it is holding, and then here I just need to go. Since here now it is more easily to access it with my spanner. I just take it. What I just need to pay attention is to tighten it, and then what I did before assembling it was to tighten very good this ring here in position, so I am able to use it to tighten it in the opposite direction. So, and then here you go, you have the element which looks very clean now. Remember before it was very hazy. There is still a bit of haze which is due to separation, but then I will save that for another video where I'm going to show you how to fix the separation issue. So far so good here. Then we can put this element, and with that we'll get this block close for the dust. Use the spanner just to tighten it in position. And then we can finish with the front here just by putting the frontal element, and then we use the cues we had before. Okay, you heard that? It was the clicking telling me I got the things in position, and then here you go. We get right there. Then we need to put the screws just to lock the rotation. You go one side. we're done with the front. We can maybe add the shade, and then this ring here. Okay, I'm intentionally not using the spanner because I don't want to tighten that a lot. And then, so here we are. Now we need to put the last element, and then here we should be around this region. So, and then I just testing that because that's going to give me the location in which I need to put this ring here. And then this one, I told you, is a bit of trial and error, because to be honest I didn't pay much attention to the position of it. Then let's try it. The ring here, and then if I put the bayonet. Okay, I'm just testing this, and then if I do this, I get the red dot rather aligned with this element here, and then I have this groove here which are aligned to this little bow there, which is going to do the clicking sound afterwards. So what I have to do now is to put the small screws that hold the element. Okay. Got it in position. Okay, so we have this guy here, which is right. Now we get the red dot. Okay, I think I didn't got the position right, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so what happened? I have this lever, which is to be moved this way, and then I am a bit away from it. This is the position I should have. But then, okay, I was actually in the wrong position. I got it right. Okay, no, my bad. I was a bit confused, but then you saw what happened there. So I have this lever here, which pushes this rod here, and then these guys should be aligned, obviously, for the lens to work properly. And then what can happen is that you are not in the right position. Because you have three options for mounting the part which is mounted before, and then you can get it off position here I got it right the first time, but then sometimes you don't get it right the first time, so you have to go back. That happens, it's not a big deal. We have managed. This goes as it should. Then, as you can see, the lens is clean now, no haze. The back, and then here on the front, all those spots are also gone. So what is left to finish the lens is just to put these plates here. So I'm going to hold them using some tape. Then here, and then put back the rubber. I'm not going to do it because, as I told you, there is the block inside that needs to be separated and then re-glued, so we can remove the haze. So, but this is all I want to show you today. If you have this lens and then you have fungus, haze, or it is dirty, this is the things you need to follow to clean it. Thanks for watching and see you next time.